Welcome back. Do you have a passion or a collection that you'd like to share with us? Or maybe you've learned a new skill at Clubhouse 4. Or you met new friends at a new club and you just want to show off, or you maybe showed off your talents at the Performing Arts Center. Well, if you have any of those things, then you're going to want to watch this segment with Cindy Whitney, who's the host of Discovering Laguna Woods, and she's going to talk to us about Thrive. Well, welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. It's so nice to be here with you.
Well, I'm really excited. We finally get to meet and we get to talk about something really exciting and something I think is really important to get the community involved so they can share some interesting things about what they've been doing.
Absolutely.
Right? So tell us about Thrive and kind of what it's all about.
Well, I'll start with a little bit of a macro level of thriving, because I think to thrive is embedded in the culture of Laguna Woods Village. You know, how we were even located in Southern California, Orange County. We're a short drive to one of the most beautiful beaches and coastlines in the world. But you know, on a local level, how the community was established, that we have these wonderful cul-de-sac and garden villa neighborhoods where we can interact with each other and socialize with each other, and these strategically placed hubs known as clubhouses where we can even walk to and we can eat together and be entertained together, be intellectually stimulated together, we can be of service to each other together. Right. All of these things can happen. And our proximity to medical care, we just had a wonderful visit with a doctor who across the street from us, right. Saddleback. Also places where we can practice our faith, and I haven't even started on sports and games and activities and performance. We can get together as a group and perform for each other in a magnificent performing arts center. That's thriving. Now, the Thrive Project is basically what we're talking about here. Right. So we take all of that concept of Thrive and we bring it into a grassroots community, online community, where we will capture some images, whether they're still images or videos, with our smartphones, and post that online so others can be inspired by it. They can see it, they can be inspired to do something, they can put a smile on their face, they can laugh at it, you know, but it's connectivity, and it's including people in your experiences. How are you thriving? So that's kind of what it is. Right.
And then later in our show, we're gonna share with you how you can do that. So, but right now, we're gonna go to a video that was a Thrive segment with, tell me who was in it again?
It's Diane Johansson. She just effervesces. She's just an effervescent person. I thought she was the perfect person to interview for this Thrive segment.
Okay, so we're just gonna go to the segment for a bit and you guys take a look.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our segment where we spotlight someone who is thriving in the village. I'm Cindy Whitney, and I'm so lucky because I'm sitting here on this warm sunny day next to the Aliso Creek, and I'm getting to spend time not only with my friend Diane Johansson, but also with her little ladies, Noelle and Daisy. Hi, Diane.
Say hi, Cindy. How are you?
I'm good. It doesn't get any better than this, does it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The dogs want to say hello, too.
Oh, there they are. Hi, ladies. Well, I wanted to bring you on to this segment because I'm so fascinated by your process. We met about a year ago, just by chance, at the Performing Arts Center, and we've had these interactions where we've gone to things deliberately or just run into each other so many places. So I asked you, how do you do that? How do you find these places to go that interest you? And you told me that you've had a strategy since you moved here. Could you share that with our audience?
Oh, I certainly could. You know, when I first moved here, I had not ever gone anywhere by myself. I always had friends or family that did everything with me. I never went by myself. So when I came here, I thought, oops, this is just a new idea for me and a new adventure. And so right away, I turned on Channel 6, that's our TV channel. They came right into my room and right in my living room, and started telling me about all the things that go on here. All kinds of fun stuff and adventures and activities, and also with the community, things that go on in the community. And so I wrote down a bunch of stuff from that, and then I subscribed to the Globe newspaper. And I took that and I started highlighting things and cutting things out, and didn't have much paper left by the time I cut all these places I wanted to go, because it tells you all the activities and events that go on for the week and for the month. And so, then, after that, I went to the clubhouses, because they have flyers in channel, I guess it's Clubhouse 3, they've got like over 100 flyers. And so I picked out all these flyers that I could find. I went home, my table's full, right, of everything, all kinds of papers. I had to come up with an idea of how to organize this some. So I bought a great big calendar and started writing down all the things I wanted to do for the month. And sometimes there were 3 things a day, but of course I couldn't do all of those at once. So I had a folder, and all the things that I would write on my calendar, I would put on the right side of my folder, the flyers, so that I would know the details. And everything that I wanted to do that I couldn't get to that month, I put on the left side of my folder. So I had all this organized and had all these things to do, and then I thought, uh-oh, now I have to do them. And I'm going to be doing them all by myself. See?
Right. So I like the idea that you had these folders, because it's easy doing what you were doing to actually become overscheduled. You could actually sort of burn yourself out and then pull back from it and say, there's too many things to do here. So you were able to just manage it so that these things were something that you could do, and that you would do. That way you would actually go to them. So, okay, so you've got your calendar, and then you went. What happened when you first went in? Was it what you thought it would be?
Yes, it was more than I thought it would be, because I'd go in to either an activity or an event, and I'd sit down to the table. I'd sit there, and the dog, say hello to the doggy over there. Maybe he'll move on. I'd sit down and I'd say, I'm Diane Johansson, I'm new in Laguna Woods. And all of a sudden, instantly, I had friends, because everyone here is friendly. And they all would talk to me, and they'd tell me about what they did. Yes. They'd tell me about other clubs that they'd go to that are wonderful, that I should maybe attend and things. And I did this for 6 months. I went from place to place, event to event, saying, I'm Diane Johansson, and I'm new. And I'd sit at the table and smile, and I'd get a whole table smiling back at me.
Wow. So it's kind of exponential, isn't it? You go there and you have one set of friends, and the next thing you know, somebody has suggested something else, and you can see them again and make new friends.
Yes.
And so is that how it sort of snowballed for
yes,
you?
It did. It did. And I just continued to do this over and over again, to all the new events. And my calendar, each month I'd fill it up with new things and new places to go. And those places that I enjoyed, I would return. And then there was all those left side of my folder of new things for me to start and to get involved in.
Now, I imagine that these 2 little ladies provide you another level of meeting people, such as dog walkers and people who are dog people. Yes. As you go out and walk, you're meeting a whole other group of people that you can become connected with.
I certainly am, because the dogs love to play around with the other dogs and the little doggies, and they like to talk to each other and sniff at each other and so forth. And then I can talk to the people and all the residents that live here and get to know residents that way. And also on different hikes and different places you go. Yes. There's a lot of places to walk here in Laguna Woods.
Yes.
And I'm always meeting new people and seeing all the beautiful trees and all the beauty that we have here.
Yes.
It's available.
And I want to mention too that you really commit when you go to these things, because I've seen you at the Woodstock event. I've gone to a fashion show with you, and you show up in the hat and the jewelry and the costumes and the whole thing. So you really there's a rich participation that you have in each one of these things. Does that help too, to help you to thrive?
Of course, the attitude. Your attitude is everything, and I have a positive attitude anyway. Yes. And I love to dress up, and I love to play and do fun things, and it does. It helps just enhance the activity. And then there's a lot of people that that just come and they're attracted to you. Sure. Because of the fun things that you wear and what you say and do. Sure. And so forth. And so my saddest part is I threw away a bunch of stuff that I had before I moved here, not realizing how much people do dress up in costumes and attire for all these events.
Yes.
And so I'm sad that I didn't keep all the stuff that I had at one time.
Oh my goodness.
And stuff. But anyway.
Well, you can always buy more.
So
this is kind of your way of thriving. It's you pushed up against something that you didn't think you could do in the first place, which was go out on your own and make friends and be connected to people. And you're doing that, and you continue to do it. Is that your definition of thriving, or is there something else?
Thriving is that, plus it's getting involved in activities that bring rewarding results. Like if I get involved with the sports activities here, or the arts and crafts, and all the things that I do, and that I see people that bring a lot of talent to Laguna Woods, and I don't have that. Right. I was a stick figure person, the head, the body, the 2 legs, and the arms. And now I can do dogs and cats and horses.
Wait a minute, you're taking a drawing class, and you've already moved on from stick figures to fully rendered animals?
That's right, Cindy, and they're doggone good. And if I don't like them, I can throw them in the trash because no one's grading me.
That's right.
But it's rewarding for me at that level, and there's always people in all these classes that help you, and they're so willing to help.
That's so true, isn't it? Even though they're busy doing their own thing, if you ask them a question, I notice that they stop and they want to help you, learn something and get better at what you're doing, and they're very generous with their time.
Very generous. They're very generous. And like I said, no one's gotten mad at me yet, and I ask a lot of questions.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So your advice to somebody who finds themselves either here, newly here, or maybe they've dropped out and they've lapsed in going out to things, your advice to that person would be, just what? Just start it?
Just to get in there and try it. Just to get in there and do it. And just take that step, because it's so rewarding and it pays back tenfold.
Yes.
Tenfold, because I was very hesitant. The dancing was the hardest part, going to dances.
Oh, dances. You told me that you went to one and you thought you were going to sit there and be a wallflower, which I can't imagine, but you thought that was going to be the case. And what happened?
It was a hard step, because that was a hard place for me to go. I didn't want to go to the dances by myself. And I went there and I sat down and did my same thing. I'm Diane and I'm new to Laguna Woods, and everyone talked to me, and all of a sudden the music started. And once the music started, everyone got up to dance. And I was sitting there and I thought, uh-oh. And then this guy came up and he said, haven't I seen you at Mac Club before? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you want to dance? I said, certainly. So I danced with him, and he introduced me to a bunch of people, and I had a good time that night. And then I asked a girl, here's another thing, I stepped out of the box again, because I met a girl at Hikers Club. Her name is Gloria. She knows everyone. I said, could I go to the dance with you?
Yes.
So I stepped out of another box and asked a question,
Right.
and she said, sure. And so I think she introduced me to, say, like 200 of the 400 people that were there. I mean, it was amazing, because she just knew everyone, and she would just take me around showing me everyone. And from then on, I never had a problem going to the dances, because I always knew people that were there. But it's just, like I said, it's taking the chance and taking that first step.
Yes.
And just doing it and having a positive attitude, knowing that this place is full of friendly people that want to help you and be your friend.
And I know, because that happened to me when I first met you. You inspired me to go to things that, I really didn't realize I wanted to go to an herb lecture, and yet I did, and I learned a lot about cilantro that I didn't know, and so I'm using it in my cooking, and so lots and lots of good things can happen from a tiny meeting and a tiny step. So thank you, Diane, for coming today and bringing Noel and Daisy with you.
And can I tell you that I love Laguna Woods?
Yes, you may.
And that I feel that's one great big family of fun friends. And there's 18,000 of them to be my friend.
That's right. And you're still working on the 18,000, aren't you?
You don't know them all.
Well, thanks for coming today, Diane. I love you, and I'm so happy that you're here with us.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us for our Spotlight segment today. If you'd like to share your Thrive story, or you'd like to nominate someone who is thriving, please contact us using the information that's on the screen. And don't forget to watch the Thrive Show that's on Thursday mornings at 9:30 on Village Television.
Welcome back. All right, so you've got a look of what Thrive's all about, and you've got some photos for us to take a look at. So let's quickly go through those.
Yes, we have a photo of folks who are thriving in the village. This is Broadway Swings. This is definitely a group that's thriving. They're performing in the Performing Arts Center. This was a while ago. Then we have, I think we have one of some ukulele players.
There we go.
This was at the beginning of the Village Games not too long ago. We have one of the amazing David Deering, who was doing Shakespeare on the patio. And then we have the wonderful Bill and Elaine, I think, dancing. This might have been, it was Valentine's Day. They were dancing a dinner dance. And then finally we have the opportunities that we have through Saddleback Emeritus. This is one of the Saddleback Emeritus classes taking place at Clubhouse 1, I believe.
Excellent.
Lots of ways to
thrive.
thrive.
There's lots of ways to thrive. And I forgot to mention that we have Ken here with us because he wanted to get in on this exciting project that we have going on. So, you know what, let's talk a little bit about the project and how you want people to be involved.
Right. So ways to get involved. First of all, go onto the website.
Right, and I know we have a slide that we'll be able to show that.
Right.
Perfect.
LagunaWoodsVillage.com/thrive is the website.
Okay.
And you go on there and you can see all of the different interviews that people have posted, and some that have been taken by Thrive folks who are going around and taking your statement, your testimonial, how are you thriving? So there's a partnership there. Then go to the video club. Learn how to use this insidious device that I'm sure we're all underutilizing. They have lots of classes and workshops there and tutorials to show you how to take great videos, how to edit them, put narration in and titling and so forth. Then you can post those, and you post them on the email address, which is Thrive Project. I can put that back up. One second.
Thrive Project.
Well, it's Thrive Project at LagunaWoodsVillage.com is the email address, and there an administrator will look at your posting, and they will put that on the Thrive website.
Right. So if you have something you want to send, you can do it in an email as an attachment.
That's right.
Okay, great.
That's right.
Perfect.
And we're looking for new things. This is our, kind of our call to action here. We're looking for new things. We've got these wonderful videos. They're terrific. But what about if you're a writer? Do you write poetry? Do you write prose? Are you writing the great American novel or short stories? Do you journal? Anything like that? Do you do sculpture? Do you do container gardening? Anything that you do that would be of interest to others, because you're going to inspire somebody to do that too. You're going to put a smile on their face. You're going to make them laugh.
Right.
You're going to connect with them, and it's really worth the effort.
Right. Well, it sounds like a really good project. I hope you get the participants. And then, if you guys are looking to participate, you can always go to the Laguna Woods website, as we mentioned, /Thrive.
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
great. Thank you for being with us.
Okay,
I appreciate
Lisa,
it.
it's my pleasure.
Stay here.
Thank
We're going to
you.
go ahead and have Ken with us, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about some of our movies that are coming up. So
Yes,
go ahead and tell us what's on
First,
Friday.
I want to tell folks that because we had a problem with the file on Monday for the movie Downsizing, the evening showing of that, we are going to be showing it tonight at 6:15. The reason it is at 6:15, we're replaying the United meeting, which ran a little long at 1:30, and then the rebroadcast of this show will be at 5:15, and then the movie Downsizing will be today, Thursday at 6:15 p.m. So
I did actually just watch that movie too.
You did.
It's weird,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
It is.
It's just odd, but we liked it. Okay, so what's on Friday?
All right, movie I saw and I'm looking forward to seeing again, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This is the second movie in the current trilogy, and Mark Hamill stars as Luke Skywalker. Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia is back in this. They were able to have footage of her before she passed away, because this was filmed pretty much after they filmed the second one, and it tells the story how the Resistance is fighting back with the Empire, and it sort of takes it, the end of the movie, this is sort of a transitional movie. Right. So you're kind of getting finally out with the Last Jedi, so to speak, but in with the new Jedis. Right. And very good movie. I enjoyed this very much, and a very good story. Yoda is in this, if people remember Yoda, and there's Luke, and really well done, and looking forward to it. And then the third one will come out next year, but more importantly,
Solo, right?
Well, Solo comes out very soon, very soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And then they're going to have the next one is Kenobi on. You know, so they're starting to go kind of back in time with these Star Wars stories, as they call.
Right. No, I like all of them. They're all great. They're all fun. They're all fun. I always look forward to them. Okay, and then on Monday we have the Florida Project, and this has Brooklyn Prince, Bria Vianette, and that's set over one summer. The film follows precocious 6-year-old Mooney as she courts mischief and adventure with her ragtag playmates and bonds with her rebellious but caring mother, all while living in the shadows of Walt Disney World. Now, you had mentioned that William Dafoe had won an Oscar.
Yeah, he was up.
Oh, he was up when he was nominated.
He was up
That's
for
right.
Best Actor.
And you know, he really does a good job, and it's super believable. And it is set in a motel room where the family is trying to survive, and the kids are just woohoo, having so much fun. And you can see the kids are just kind of, they're on a summer break, and they're just, I mean, it looks great. I wish that was me when we were, you know, in the summertime, because they did a lot of fun things. But, you know, on the other hand, it's a tough life. So, good movie. Monday, April 16th, and you can watch The Florida Project. All right, and then also, I wanted to let you guys know, I mentioned earlier about the tennis. So there is a tennis tournament that's coming up here on Friday at the Costa de Casa Golf and Racquet Club, and it is open to the public, and that is going to be on Friday at 5 p.m. They're going to do demonstrations where Timu Solani is going to be one of the captains, and Bodie Miller, the downhill skier, is going to be one of the captains. And they're going to have a face-off, if you will, where one team is going to play the other team, and it's kind of like based on the Rod Laver Cup. And if you look up Rod Laver Cup, you'll be able to hear all the things about that. But more importantly, we also have the tennis that's coming up this summer, so that's why we thought we'd go ahead and bring that to you sometime in the next couple weeks. And other than that, who's coming up? Tomorrow we have Paul Ortiz with the entertainment. Oh, the weather, sorry. We're going to the weather.
Wow.
Can't forget the weather.
We can't forget the weather because the weather
It's so
is
important.
It's so important.
Sorry.
You know, cooler today. I mean, this is a real strange kind of day. We've had hot weather. Today we're getting an onshore flow, getting onshore winds. In fact, there's certain areas of Southern California that are under high wind warnings for onshore winds. Tomorrow, that changes. We get offshore winds with that, and the temperature rises back up to the low 80s. Then going forward, Sunday it'll be about 78 with some clouds out there, then start to drop it back down again as we get to Monday. So overall, you know, kind of nice little cooling weather here. Around Orange County today, I notice I have the beaches about 68. I said earlier the beaches are going to be anywhere from about 65 to 70, just depending how much of this marine layer kind of sticks around in the clouds. If they flow out a little bit more, then those temperatures are rise a little bit more in the beach communities. But pretty much in the low to mid 70s throughout Orange County today. Not bad at all.
Not bad. Well, thank you for being with us again. We appreciate it.
Lisa, thank you.
And we will catch you guys tomorrow.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.